Albertans will be able to see what that plan is on Thursday, and I think it really does reflect Alberta's priorities.
What do you think of the poll results, though?
Well, I'll say what I always say about poll results, which is I don't think that you can put much weight on them, and that's been proven over and over again.
Quite frankly, they were lied to in the election. The government stole the election by lying to the people of Alberta about what they were going to do. And once they were elected, they're doing completely the opposite. You know, Alison Redford painted herself as the second coming of Peter Lougheed, but she's really a reincarnation of Ralph Klein.
Well, you know, we're going into the legislature's 5th consecutive deficit budget. The Premier made a commitment to give sustainable, predictable funding to healthcare, and I assume seniors as well, education, municipalities. And she's going in breaking all of her promises.
Eventually it is going to erode the public's confidence in your ability to manage things well, and I think that that's what the Premier is suffering from. I think she's on track to break every single one of her election promises, and I think those results demonstrate it.
You weren't happy with the tone of the last sitting. What are you going to do, I guess, in this sitting to change that, or to make sure it's not the same?
Well, I'm going to keep doing what I told Albertans I would do last session, which is to come to the House to debate policy and ideas. I don't think it was just me that wasn't happy with the tone. I talked to an awful lot of Albertans in the last 4 months, and they weren't happy with the tone. I'll keep reminding the opposition of that, and hopefully the discussion will be a bit more constructive this time.
I'm not going to allow any stepping over the line if I can avoid that in the first place. But you have to remember that a lot of what speakers do is reactive. We have to wait until a member violates a rule before we can enforce our power and our authority over that issue or over that person. But make no mistake about it, I will do what I need to do.
I mean, I'll just point out that it was the government members that got 2 points of order called on them for inappropriate comments. So I think that the government likes to stand up and moan about decorum in the legislature, but they're often the worst offenders. We're asking questions that Albertans want us to ask. There are some important issues that have come up in the time since our last break. We don't have a lot of time because they don't allow for many days of question period. So we're going to ask questions and hopefully get some answers. Haven't seen much in the way of answers yet so far.